I'm sick of dying. I tell you, it's a drag. It's a waste of time. I don't think people are afraid of death. What they're afraid of is the incompleteness of their life.
O wilderness of all thoughts, even hello, even birch extinct, melting snow, rushing streams, rusty rails, timber, hammer, and spike, I am lost in taiga forest of words. Questions tumble from my lips like plunging river logs. What action, what quest of open mind brings me in restless boredom, craving freedom, not isolation, roping reindeer dreams with long, thin lines of song? I sing the ancient folk song of the soul, dreaming glorious poetry of cracked steel, split rubber, courage hung on air, frozen wall of soul melting holes for birds to fly through. O still power, O walls 3 feet thick and triple panes of glass against the sparkling, colored, joyous air. O herded love, O fever, what has this reckless stab of life to do with me and my mud thoughts? Over 30 in search of vitality, so lonely, longing, yearning, afraid to give anything up, tired earthbound I. Am I to leap north, ultimate north, Siberia fur trade north, where all sound turns to roaring, crackling noise in the transcontinental trap of time? I cannot turn it off, cannot be naked, cannot go away. I pace madly, flop in bed, sit hunched, vaguely applauding, thinking time for inspiration and dreaming of love. What place for me in this pioneer, steel-jawed, daring rush north to plow hard and free treasures from ice-clenched fist of self? I must pull myself together. I must go. To leap past prayers come I north, unprepared, breathing madly, wondering about my soul and the real lost love to find.
The doctor was a lady doctor, and she looked a little bit like a hawk. She was a little bit fiendish looking, but she was, she said, I think we have a problem here. And my head flashed. I knew something was disastrously wrong, but I'd ignored my own warning. Just the look in her eye, she was blinking. You know the way people blink when they have something disastrous to tell you? And she said, we have a bit of a problem here. And I asked quite naively, well, what do you mean? But in my heart was racing when she said that. And she said, well, you have acute leukemia.
Open one eye, suck thermometer, extend pulse, exchange water pitchers, feel skull for night hair loss, verify it in mirror, swallow theoguanine, eat breakfast, reread night poem written in anger, consult physician, change pajamas, feed the fish, water the chrysanthemums, write the hoody, straighten the picture, raise the dead, vomit the mind. My dreams are beyond control. Take a piss standing up, real. Enter trio of doctors. Any problems of any sort? Not a one. Finish piss. My darling, for God's sake, I give up. How do I make you vanish? Answer the phone. Open other eye. Suck thermometer.
I was confused, if anything. But I did have certain positive feelings. And one was that of the total sympathy I would get from all people by making a kind of grandstand play and announcing it. And it was almost a sadistic feeling. I called up countless people, person after person, and said, guess what's happened to me? And that felt good. And everybody came over and kissed me and loved me and hugged me up. But there was this undercurrent of sinking, despairing feeling underneath it all. I was scared. They train you there at the hospital not to think in terms of the future at all. They never speak in terms of dates or lengths of time. They don't promise you anything. Therefore, when they give you good news, all they're essentially telling you is that you're not dead. All those people who say that you're predictable, that you die in the same way everyone else dies, are right. I resented that at first. I resented them saying, oh, you're at the 2-week stage, you're feeling this, you're free. Oh, you're at the angry stage, I understand that. Oh, you're depressed, oh, you're lost. Well, 3.5 weeks after you find this out, you always feel lost. Well, they're right. It works that way with me. I'm following patterns. I'm following the guidelines for dying of terminal cancer patients down to the letter. They all told me how this would be, how I would be reacting. It's fiendish. No matter what I say, they say, just what we thought you'd say. Especially the nurses. And the doctors, too, all of them. I'm supposed to still be in the hospital. He only let me out because I was taking up room. As frightened as I thought I should be, or might be, everybody else expressed feelings in striking contrast to my own. And that I never really saw what fear was until I looked at everybody else looking at me. And I didn't reciprocate. I didn't feel it. I didn't feel their sympathy. I didn't have any need for any of their feelings that made me nervous. And I realized that I wasn't frightened at all. And I realized, in fact, that I felt really, really good for the first time in my life. Not just a flash of good feeling or 20 minutes of good feeling, but a sustained feeling of that I had nothing. And having nothing, I had nothing to lose. And having nothing to lose, I could be anything. I didn't have a self-image to worry about. And not having a self-image to worry about meant I had no definition. I had nothing I had to be, nothing I had to care about. And I felt free. I felt as if I could leap out the window, not out of despair or fear, but just for the hell of it. Just for the fun of it. There's something about dying that separates you from all other people. Nobody can come to terms with death. Nobody can walk into death and walk back out the same person. Now, everybody else, no matter who they are, whether they're a poet, a man of power, a frightened little child, whoever it is, they're afraid of the limitless possibilities of their own nature. Once you have nothing, you can be anything, and that's a feeling of freedom. When you're dying, you have an answer. You intuit. You feel where you're at. You feel what you are. Statistically, across the country, my chances were 5% of pulling through. I don't mean pulling through, I mean of getting a remission, temporary arresting of the progress of the disease. There are all kinds of remissions. There are poor remissions and partial remissions and fair remissions and good remissions and total remissions. Yeah. My chances of getting any kind of remission through the drugs was 5%. My only request was, the thing I was most concerned about was that should I die, I wanted a warning in advance of dying so that I could get out of the hospital, get back to California, get into the country, and die there. And I was shocked when he said, we'll do the best we can. I thought he could say more than that. I thought he could say, sure, we'll do that for you. He said, we'll do the best we can.
In the year of my death, this year, month unknown, scum God, after all torture of days, needle after needle after needle, searching for robust veins, really now, oh God, oh son of a bitch, think you I got nothing but time to suffer for a few puny flying hours? Not going through this twice, without infinite stretch of bones first, and feel to live. Stay thy scare, death, or I not returning to ladies in white and green walls, but hemorrhaging my own decent way. How, when, and where, dunno, but look it will be clean and outdoors. Little boy out on pass, Fido strain at leash, but just to pee on fire hydrant, drawn back to face full of pills. Peace, say I to security guard, who was disarmed, 'cause I'm regular, and 'cause I dare to address him, and 'cause I show not that he fills me with shooting sadness. I squeeze the shoulders of 1,000 elevator men, calling out 9 for bed, treatment, and death. calling out 3 for salarium or hematology, plummeting platelets, white cells a-wilting, calling out 1 to escape or to visit Christ children of my wife. How about so lucky to dream of making love to women who wouldn't ever love me for very long? After all, I was happy to leap across mountains, hide myself in mist, and unwittingly laugh a mile of river. Wouldn't the breeze have played with my hair too? Eve, 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 where in the name of Christ are you? I'm looking desperate down into crevice to see smoke. Couldn't there have been a kinder moment? Must we all rot preening our ribbons and our feathers? Was that the original idea? You got nothing to lose, so you can play tootsies with the strangest toes, if that's what you want. But touch tongues with a witch, and you'll never smile again. 'Cause after all, Maggie's farm's hiring, now that I've been alive for a whole second, Popo already spanked and scrubbed. And all I really did was something few people in all the damn history of mankind's done. Walked bravely into the gray zone and come back with nary a twitch or a shudder. Ah, well, I can always pick up option on that curb I'd selected to sit upon throughout eternity. But when it rains, dear God, it will rain. Dying's easy, but never like burning bras or screaming at your guitar teacher. It demands attention. My son would like to bang, crush, blend his mother's and my heads together and have a father-mother safe unto stop time in his small hand to love. Being invisible, I invite only generalizations. He's scared of life. He's tripped out, and he flits from flower to flower. He's good for a contact high. From my curb shall rise, I'm the last of the red hot pops getting hotter all the time. Get your genuine contact highs before I simmer down. It's all in the way you wash your daughter's sweaters. And didn't she herself, reeling, press love come into there through we? The time is short for you as well as us. I'll unbutton you if you'll unbutton mine.
Well, dying is a matter of feeling. I think dying is no different than being born. When I was told that I was going to die in 5 months, I thought that was the same as telling me I was going to die that afternoon. And the whole idea of going through an awful lot of pain or frustration or embarrassment from one day to the next, to prolong my life a few days or a few weeks or a few months or even a year or so was frightening in itself. But it turns out that you can live a lifetime in a day, and you can live a lifetime in a moment, and you can live a lifetime in a year. So to the extent that they prolong your life, dying's not a lie. It's something that's beautiful. I don't think people are afraid of death. What they're afraid of is the incompleteness of their life. So that I think what society does is strip you of your self-confidence from the moment you're born, strip you of the sense that what you are is all you're ever going to be. And so you accumulate, and you tell yourself lie after lie after lie. And as you grow older, you begin to feel that whatever life is going to mean to you, it's going to mean it in the future, depending upon what you're grabbing for, what your ambition is, to get to the other shore, to be enlightened, or whatever it is. And it isn't until you discover that you're going to die that you realize whatever it is you have, you've already got right there. And that makes that moment in eternity. And it doesn't matter if you die then or in a million years from then. Just that sense of already being dead, I suppose. It makes you feel that you don't have to be just you or an extension of what's in your hip pocket, but the infinite potential of the whole race. Man, first man, last man, all men. It's like a good trip. Because I had nothing, because I had no needs of my own, I wasn't self-preoccupied, so I had a feeling of love for everybody. unilaterally, unequivocally, I liked everybody. And which didn't mean that I had a loss of sensitivity to the pain of other people or in the hospital. I was acutely sensitive to everyone else's pain, and I took a great interest, far greater interest in other people's problems as much as I could get into, poke my nose into, than I had for my own problems. And it cut very deeply into me, but in cutting into me, it opened me up at the same time. I felt like I didn't feel the resistance to the pain around me or to my own situation at all. It all went through me almost like a melody. It was something that I didn't enjoy in the sense that it was fun. It was a full feeling. I felt full and rich inside, and I had no sense of anxiety, no sense of boredom, no sense of impatience, no sense of time. I didn't need books, I didn't need crossword puzzles, I didn't need company. I could just sit there and enjoy my environment, look out the window. I could see the birds for the first time in my life. Instead of just looking at the birds and just saying, ah, yes, birds, I could see them without calling them birds, without seeing them as being something. I could see the sky, I could see the clouds, and I could lay back and people could talk around me, and I could be so receptive to what anybody was saying, and yet at the same time be just watching the birds fly across the sky. That's all I could feel, that's all I could care about. Without even caring, just feeling that they were flying through like the empty cage of my mind. It was just an open, full, rich feeling. And as soon as I was told that I had a chance of surviving, life just went crashing to the ground. I just got scared from that point on. Right now, all I want is a little time, a little freedom, a little peace. I want to stretch my bones. I want to stretch my bones where there's room to stretch, for this country where there's a little fresh air. I just want to feel life run through me again. That's all I really want. I'm sick of dying. I tell you, it's a drag. It's a waste of time. It makes me depressed.
Laura said she wanted children, but a 6 years wait left her old. Florence transferred out of 9 because the head nurse bothered her bad as her children. Down the hall, a cancerous man fell drunk out of bed and fractured his skull. Another just up the hall wept when scolded like a schoolboy by his wife. But even while life is brief, come December, we all shall sing O Little Town of Bethlehem, posing for Polaroid yes shots beneath the tinsel. One fresh, shy nurse is sleepless over vision of virginity. The bona fide old virgin scared 'cause she's growing deaf. All I know is I don't feel so good, got chills and my fingers don't work. The doctor gives me shots till I'm numb, first to admit he knows not what I got. But even while life is brief, come December, we shall dream of some strange white vision, and Donder and Blitzen, all a-smilin', a-showin' teeth till the tinsel falls. And in the front row the kids, noses pressed to glass, eyes swirling in their sockets, looking at what they think's stage center, asking, gee, Pa, ain't there a Santa Claus, ain't it all real? And what can I say, except sorry, kids, but I'm too weak to talk. But think upon the possibility there's no stage center, and no one shall stay in the wings, and maybe you're not in the audience. But I'm afraid, lest they learn too soon that life is brief, and we're all so alone, it'll have to be to the tune of Jing, Jing, Jingle Bells.
Most people live only for their ambitions, and they spend their time boasting about where they've been and where they're going. I was a person whose only ambition was to be without any. So I realized unconsciously that I was a happier person once I became sick. That doesn't make sense to most people, and it's a state of mind. I remember feeling, if only I could live to benefit from my present state of mind. If only I could take this with me and go back, I'd be free. Yeah. But in so doing, in being given the time, I lost the state of mind. You can't have it both ways. People misunderstand the whole notion of living for the moment, versus living in the moment. And I think living for the moment is a difficult thing to do, and it just makes you sort of goofy anyway. People who are desolate live for the moment. People who have no future, in the sense of no economic future, say black people in the ghettos who have no hope of advancing themselves. You see them living for the moment, but they're not happy. That's very different than living in the moment. And to live in the moment, you literally have to have a sense of having nothing to live for. Not in the sense of future economic opportunities and that sort of thing, but just realizing that there's no real purpose to life and being able to live life fully from moment to moment. And that's something I can't even tell myself how to do. And I can't tell anybody else how to do it. I'm changed. I'll always be changed. I'll always be happier for what I've gone through. Only because it's enabled me to have the courage to open myself up to anything that happens. And I'm no longer afraid of death. At least I'm not afraid of death the way I might have been had I not become sick. But I do forget that it's me. My days are ticking off. I hate that. Asparaginase, which is the drug I've been on for the last couple of weeks, causes acute nausea that no drug, no pill will do anything to help. So my doctor came rushing in one day as I was laying on my back underneath this bottle of asparaginase and said, "Do you have any weed? Do you have any access to weed?" And I said, "What kind of weed do you mean?" And he said, "Grass, pot, marijuana." And so I got some that night. And I sat there. I decided to wait until I felt at my worst. I sat there with a bowl in my lap, ready to vomit, and a pipe of pot in my other hand. And just as I was about to let loose, I took a puff, and whee, it was gone. I felt fine. And then I went right in after 2 or 3 puffs, and I ate a dozen clams and a huge lobster and a piece of chocolate cake on top of that. And I went rushing back to the doctor the next day and told him. He said, "Fantastic." So he's got me on pot now.
Kinda grabs you to think that maybe you just closed a fold-out tape stick for the very last time in your life. Makes you feel low down, dirty, and mean till you realize that maybe a goat's just a goat, but a human being is a goat trying to be a goat, except for the little girl who's trying to hear the sound of cutting grapefruit, and he that knows that when you're holding a sword, you might as well stab someone. Nothing's lost by letting someone else's film be wasted on you for a change, when the mind's own camera is forever turned on self. And as Iris said, life is grim, but not necessarily serious.
My medical condition was such that it changed dramatically from moment to moment, from day to day, with bone marrows that I had taken, with blood tests, constant all day long. I was never able to synchronize my feelings with the information that came, and every bit of information had to alter my feelings about myself in terms of survival and where I stood in relation to the future, and even that moment. I became frightened. How long do I have to live? That's not the sort of thing that happens to me. People die from that, isn't that so? My name is Ted Rosenthal. I'm 31. I live in Berkeley, where I've lived for the last 10 years. I was born and raised in New York City. So I'm 31. And I lived well into my 30s, I can always say that.
Though you may find me picking flowers, or washing my body in a river, or kicking rocks, don't think my eyes don't hold yours, and look hard upon them, and drop tears as long as you stay before me, because I live as a man who knows death, and I speak the only truth to those who will listen. Never yield a minute to despair, sloth, fantasy. I say to you, you will face pain in your life. You may lose your limbs, bleed to death, shriek for hours on into weeks in unimaginable agony. It's not aimed at anyone, but it will come your way. The wind sweeps over everyone. You will feel so all alone, abandoned. Come to see that life is brief, and you will cry, no, it cannot be so, but nothing will avail you. I tell you never to yearn for the past. Speak certain knowledge. Your childhood is worthless. Seek not ritual. There is no escape in Christmas. Santa Claus will not ease your pain. No fantasy will soothe you. You must open your heart and expect nothing in return. You must respond totally to nature. You must return to your simple self. I do not fool you. There lies no other path. I have not forsaken you, but I cannot be among you all. You are not alone so long as you love your own true simple selves. Your natural hair, your skin, your graceful bodies, your knowing eyes, and your tears and tongues. I stand before you all aching with truth, trembling with desire to make you know. Eat, sleep, and be serious about life. To be serious is to be simple. To be simple is to love. Don't wait another minute. Make tracks. Go home. Admit you have some place to return to. The bugs are crawling over the earth. The sun's shining over everyone. The rains are pounding. The wind's driving. The breeze is gentle and the grass burns. The earth is dusty. Go ankle deep in mud. Get tickled by the tall cattails. Kick crazily into the burrs and prickles. Rub your back against the bark and go ahead. Peel it. Adore the sun. Oh, people, you're dying. Live while you can. What can I say? The blackbirds blow the bush. Get glass in your feet if you must, but take off the shoes. Oh, heed me. There's pain all over. There's continual suffering, puking and coughing. Don't wait on it. It's stalking you. Tear ass up the mountainside. Duck into the mist. Roll among the wet daisies. Blow out your lungs among the dead dandelion fields. But don't delay. Time is not on your side. Soon you'll be crying for the hurt. Make speed. Splash in the ocean. Leap in the snow. Come on, everybody. Love your neighbor. Love your mother. Love your lover. Love the man who just stands there staring. But first, that's all right. Go ahead and cry. Cry, cry, cry your heart out. It's love. It's your only path. Oh, people, I'm so sorry. Nothing can be hid. It's a circle in the round. It's group theater. No wings, no backstage, no leading act. Oh, I'm weeping, but it's stage center for all of us. Hide in the reeds, but come out naked. Dance in the sad sand while lightning bangs all around us. Step lightly, we're walking home now. The clouds take every shape. We climb up the boulders. There is no plateau. We cross the stream and walk up the slope. See, the hawk is diving. The plain stretches out ahead. Then the hills, the valleys, the meadows. Keep moving, people. How could I not be among you?